I saw one fly over the other day. I thought it was feeding the young one.
Yeah. 3 frog-mouth owls up there, but they're very hard to see. There's the mother one, and the baby one, and the father one. 3 of them all together. Beautiful birds. Been up there all day. They're watching me. 1 there, 2 there. Fire behind Salvo School. Terrible. Lost 2 hours already. Right. Okay. There's a TV cameraman down there, taking a close-up of the fire. That's making me get back a bit.
It's still holidays, isn't it?
Fire engines arrived. Starting to go over there now.
Oh, look at that. They're all running to save something over there.
Down there, 3 of them. They go and run their hoses out and stop the fire at a road down there. Fire brigade's there, running the hoses out. I'll soon put that fire out, I hope. Where's the fire? There it is. A beauty. It's about 200 yards from our place. The fire brigade's on the spot.
Hey, Doug!
Oh, it's certainly flared up. there. Just putting the fire out. It's over. They're putting the fire out before it gets over our place. Thank goodness for that. Doing a very good job. Dropped the bushfire up behind our place. Put a hole through the fence. Bulldozer tracked right through. So bulldozer tracked in that direction. And I let the fire burn up to it and stopped it. And they put a bulldozer track through there and stopped it there. Next morning. There's a firefighter. Oh no, it's my son Ian. My wife had been out inspecting. As the fire got up behind our place, 2 blocks further down. And that's where they stopped it. This is the sports oval on Richardson Road. There was a house here, caretaker's cottage. It seems to have disappeared. That's all that's left of the house. There's another big fire flaring up over there to this morning. This is more fire damage. A timber workshop has been burnt down, N.S.W Brothers. This will be about 3/4 mile from our place in Saltash. N.S.W Brothers workshop, building construction. Fire came through there. Still smouldering. Did a mighty job.
Right.
Did a mighty job.
Oh, no. Bit of a battle for a while.
Oh, I tell you, those extra fire brigades, we lost without them.
Ah, you're not wrong, mate.
Ah,
You're not wrong. You're not
well,
wrong.
the fire's out, thank goodness. We've had an hour of hectic firefighting, everybody into it, all around the house. Quite a large fire. But right round the 2 sheds, right round Bird Aviary, we hope everything's all right. Fire. Oh, what a fire. There's the sheds. They just saved them in the nick of time. Fire brigades arrived. They came through here about 15-20 foot high. It's horrendous. There's the fire brigade out. That one just come in. Come all the way up from Victoria to fight my fire. It's wonderful. I'll tell you, I don't want to fire that close again. Here's a fire engine, came all the way from where? Glen Rowan. Another Victorian. It's fabulous to think they come all that way. Can't think of it. Doing a mighty job. The fire came close. There's another fire engine there. There's the house. Oh, it was close all right. Fire engine. He's from Romsey in Victoria. Fire brigades are gone and the fire's out. We're still going around the hose putting up these smouldering embers. 3 trees down there. By disasters in Saltash where 2 houses were lost and the workshop destroyed. Taking a video of around our house. Entrance to our place. Now I'm looking across the front of the property next door. The fires, one fire came up through the gully there. There's 2 fire brigades in that property. And one fire came right around the back of all these properties. This is our front yard, which wasn't touched. And there's another big bushfire came up the back of our property and went right through behind this row of houses, which all have bush behind them. A spot fire, which is right in our front garden. It was put out early. It's only a small fire. Fire occurred in our front garden. There's our ferns and things all burnt. Directly down our side boundary on the western side of the house. There's our house over there. And this is our basically our front garden, which is still nice and green. This is where they stopped the fire, the edge of our property. Doesn't look too bad now, but it was pretty horrendous while it was alight. Dying from the heat, all the leaves are going brown. Near the back of our house, swing around towards the front and back towards the side boundary. There's our boundary down there. Fortunately we had quite a large cleared area which I keep mowed, so the fire from that direction over there was stopped well clear. Still all burnt out. Door, there's our laundry door. And it was the fire at the back that caused us the most worry. Went right through the back and went very close. There's our fruit trees down there. We lost about half of them. Down the bottom of the yard. The fire was stopped about 10 feet behind that. There's our little bird feeder there. A couple of rosellas having a feed. And this is down what we call our orchard. Burnt all round through there, right round the adjoining property. And behind the garden there's all burnt out. All the leaves on the trees are dead. We had a spot fire there. It's all been burnt out in behind those garden. It won't recover. This is our back garden. There's some lovely ferns around that old trunk there, all burnt. Peach tree gone. Nectarines, there's some nectarines still on. This mango tree just got the edge of it. Trees have all shriveled up. There weren't many on. But I'm looking at the property next door now, on the other side of that fence. That's our macadamia nut tree, which won't grow anymore, I don't think. It's been burnt. This is our back, what we call our back fish pond. There's a water lily still growing. And it's been burnt out behind it. Those shrubs have been burnt that were around the pool. This is the back edge of the fire. Looking back towards the house now. And after the fire we had stewed apples. You could pick them off the tree already stewed. Not very large, but quite tasty. Strip of lawn going down to our back fence down there. Now there's a large trees fallen across it, and it's not a skerrick of grass left. On the other side of the yard, over in the bush, I had 3 sheds. Just see them through there. And the fire got right up to them before the fire brigade stopped it. They were very lucky to save the sheds. We had some beautiful bush through there. Scrub, wildflowers, it's all gone. Cage, which is just through there. And it almost took these sheds. Another 30 seconds and those sheds would have gone also. Tracks that I'd made and put grass clippings on, little track through the bush. There's not much left of it except a couple of dead trees which have fallen down due to the fire. Near the sheds, that corner post there is timber. It caught alight, it's been charred. That post there is timber. It's been charred. And through there I've got a couple of plastic drums which have half melted and lost their shape. What we call the back fence. There's a large tree right near the boundary there. It fell over. This is in the adjoining bush now. There's another large tree that's fallen over there. It's fallen over through there, burnt through and fell over near our back fence. Bit of action in the photo. That is another of my bush tracks going through the bush, which was about 5 or 6 foot high. There's no scrub left now. And that's just looking down, we used to call it our fairway. I had a grass strip which I kept mowed. It was about 50 foot wide. But there was no possible chance of it stopping a fire. not the sort of fire that we had. A lot of our furniture and stuff stored in it, but we got two very small spot fires in it, which we were lucky enough to notice. One of the small spot fires burned in a cushion, burnt some rags there, but we're very lucky we saw those. And that lovely lily-pilly tree here, which looks like it's going to die. We had a nice garden through here,